I'm Bob Hallmark in Tatum today. I'm at the Tatum Police Department and we are trying to catch some attempted armed robbers. Now this is an event that happened just a couple of days ago, an early morning robbery involving at least 3 suspects that we know about, all masked and all trying to hide their identity. And that's what we're trying to establish today, is we want to try to see if we can get some help in finding out exactly who these suspects are. And to help us do that, we're joined now by Tatum Police Sergeant Bobby Jones. Now take us back to when this happened, Sergeant.
This happened Friday morning at about 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. All right, and this was at a local establishment
It was
here.
at the Break Time convenience store just right here in town.
All right, now for those of you that have never been through here or have been through here, it's right on the main drag here in Tatum. So it is quite accessible to those that are traveling by in this area. Yes, however, this was very early in the morning, around 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And now what we're trying to do at this point is to establish some identity here, which is we're going to have some help, because all of our suspects in this case were trying to hide their identities.
We had 3 individuals come into the Break Time convenience store, and they were wearing ski masks and gloves. So we really don't have any good shots of facial features or anything like that. But one of them was using or had a weapon, mm-hmm. Pointed a gun at the attendant, and the other 2 were armed as well. So it's very important that we identify these subjects as soon as possible.
Now, in the video, we're going to start rolling this video now. In the video, what you see is what Sergeant Jones just said. You see them are coming up from the side of the building. They seem to be checking to see that there are no customers. And then they actually walk around into the front. And what they do at that point seems very methodic. They immediately tell the clerk to get out of the building.
The clerk did leave the building, and that we applaud that. That's great. We encourage that. There's nothing worth getting hurt over or injured.
Right. And so following that, they get the clerk to go outside the building, and then they seem as if they're very, very methodic and very organized.
I believe they were on a time schedule. They weren't in there very long, mm-hmm. But they did attempt to get into the registers to get money. Mm-hmm. So that's important. We have some very good photographs and video on our Facebook page. Like I said, they were armed and dangerous, but we don't feel like there's any danger to the public.
Okay.
We feel like everything's okay. We've had a lot of phone calls, mm-hmm. From residents and other businesses that are concerned. So it's very serious. Even though we don't feel like people are in danger, we do feel it's very important that we solve this case immediately.
Exactly. Now, there are some things on this tape that you're watching that to laymen, to your average person, that you probably wouldn't think very much of. However, to a trained police officer, there are some indicators here that you look at that are clues.
Right. We feel like that they're probably between the age of 18 to 23, in that range. Like I said, the video is available on our Facebook page. In fact, we have 2 or 3 videos, mm-hmm. and they're really good videos. We encourage people to watch those videos. And if you have any information at all, to contact us. And that number is 903-947-2281.
Okay. Now the concern here, as Sergeant Jones was just saying, is that fortunately nobody was hurt. However, in any armed attempted robbery or armed robbery, there is always the chance that something could go wrong, which is the big concern with law enforcement, is that anytime you use a firearm, there is the possibility that something could go wrong and somebody could get hurt.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why it is essential that you find out who these guys are.
It's very important that we get these individuals identified and put in jail as soon as possible.
Now, is there an air of methodicism here? You said a little bit earlier they seem to be on a time schedule. It's as if, now you can see in the video that they actually go, as you said, behind the counter and they try to open up the register.
There was one at the door watching the parking lot. And I don't know what went on in the parking lot. If he saw maybe the clerk was on the phone with law enforcement and they left, but there was somebody watching out for him, mm-hmm. And they left really fast after about a minute.
Okay, so it's conceivable that they were timing this, saying, if we don't get this done in this amount of time, we're leaving.
Correct.
Okay, and the other thing is, They almost got away with nothing, but there was one thing that they did take.
Well, it appears that they did steal some lottery tickets, so that's been documented, and we know that, have evidence of it.
Okay.
We do.
All right. So at this point, the Tatum Police Department is asking that anyone who has information regarding the possible identification of any of these suspects to just give your office a call.
It's 903-947-2281, or you can also call the Rusk County Sheriff's Office in Henderson or the Pinole County Sheriff's Office in Carthage, and they'll take your information as well.
All right. Sergeant Jones, thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
All right, and we'll have more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News for KLTV WebXtra. I'm Bob Hallmark.